In a crucial week for Somalia's security plan, discussions in Washington and New York have underscored the urgent need for preparation for the upcoming African Union support mission in Somalia, AUSSOM, as escalating tensions between Somalia and Ethiopia over a maritime agreement Ethiopia signed with Somaliland raise concerns among international stakeholders. Somalia is set to determine the composition of its upcoming AUSSOM following the expiration of the current AU mission. Hussein Moallem, Somalia's national security advisor, stated that Somalia is firm in its position on Ethiopian forces' participation in the new mission. Somalia would not consider Ethiopian troops to be part of the new mission unless it withdraws from the illegal Memorandum of Understanding signed with Somalia's breakaway region of Somaliland earlier this year, Moallem said Thursday in an interview with VOA Somali. The controversial Memorandum of Understanding, also known as MOU, has escalated tensions between the two neighboring nations, granting Ethiopia access to a 20-kilometer (12.4-mile) stretch of Red Sea coastline in return for potential recognition of Somaliland's independence. Somalia views the MOU, signed in January, as a violation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity, leading to a diplomatic rift that has included the expulsion of the Ethiopian ambassador from Mogadishu and threats to remove thousands of Ethiopian troops stationed in parts of south and central regions of the country. Despite 2 rounds of mediated talks by Turkey yielding no results, Somalia's State Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Omar Balkad insists that effective dialogue hinges on addressing issues of Somalia's sovereignty infringement and restoring trust. First, we need to solve the issue on our sovereignty infringement, and second, to restore the trust and the diplomatic relations between us. And then there comes the negotiation on the Ethiopia desire to access our sea and ports, said Balkad in an interview with VOA Somali. UN urges diplomatic resolution. In New York, the United Nations Security Council addressed the security situation in Somalia on Thursday, stressing the urgency of finalizing plans for the new AU stabilization mission. During the discussion, concerns were raised regarding escalating tensions between Somalia and Ethiopia, with James Swan, acting special representative of the Secretary-General, urging both nations to seek a diplomatic solution within the framework of international law. Ambassador Robert Wood, the U.S. Alternative Representative for Special Political Affairs, echoed these sentiments, highlighting the detrimental impact of rising tensions on regional security. Colleagues, we are deeply concerned about rising tension between Ethiopia and Somalia and the negative impact it is having on shared security interests, Wood said. In discussions held in Washington this week, Somali officials, along with representatives from the U.S., Qatar, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates, and the U.K., emphasized the urgency of finalizing funding options for the new peacekeeping mission. Somalia's Moallem reiterated the commitment of international partners to support Somalia's security, stability, and sovereignty. The partners reaffirmed their unwavering support for the federal government of Somalia in its efforts to attain stability and security across the nation, he said. Ethiopia denies Somalia's allegations. Briefing the UN Security Council, Somali Foreign Minister Ahmed Moallem Fiki accused Ethiopia of using the fight against terrorism as a pretext for territorial expansion. Let me be clear. The claim that Ethiopia is in Somalia to fight terrorism is a pretext for annexation, Fiki asserted, adding that Somalia has intercepted 3 illegal arms shipments from Ethiopia in the past 3 months, fueling local conflicts and empowering extremist groups. We call these actions a clear violation of Somalia's sovereignty, he said. Ethiopia has been constantly denying Somalia's accusations against Ethiopia, including its intention behind the MOU signed with Somaliland. During last month's meeting of UN General Assembly, Ethiopian Foreign Minister Tay Atske-Selassie said his country had nothing to do with Somalia's allegations. Ethiopia's Memorandum of Understanding with Somaliland is based on existing political dispensation in Somalia, he said. Our objective is a shared growth and prosperity in the region. Similar agreements have been concluded by other states, and there is no reason for the government of Somalia to incite hostility that obviously intends to cover internal political tensions, he added. I therefore reject the unfounded allegations leveled against my country. Falastin Aman in Washington contributed to this report, which originated in VOA's Somali service.